Hey, what is up guys? So today we're doing something kind of retro. I'm playing Tele, and this is replays from when I was challenging people using Tele. I'm basically new to the deck, and it is a really fun deck, and I highly encourage you guys to try some of this. I think maybe this Thursday we'll do another one of these, and it's just a lot of fun to kind of revisit some of these older formats. Thinking definitely about some plant synchroing. But anyways, I'm over here in the front. My opponent there is in the back over here. But for the most part, yeah, I just want to share these duels with you because I think they are kind of just fun things to do, because sometimes you get, tired of the same thing that you see over and over. It's like, okay, he's going for the, Necros of Bryanak or something like that. And this is a card that I really liked a long time ago in Yu-Gi-Oh! I still think that My Body is Shield is an okay card now. It's not nearly as good as it was, in my opinion, back then. Even though in this version you play 3 Solemn, I still kind of like My Body is Shield. It also can stop you from getting crush carded. But the new crush card, I'm not sure how I feel about this. And it really just shows you how powerful Stardust Dragon was back in the day, I guess you could say. But yeah, Stardust Dragon was a pretty decent card. Now we look at Stardust and it's just a joke, pretty much. In a lot of different duels. I just wanted to finish this game faster. I didn't have to activate a Solemn Judgment on his Krebons here. But at this point, it's game over. And I feel like even before, when we go back several formats, we still have these problems that we kind of see that we have today. Like, for example, like Royal Oppression over here. And you'll see that I'm just trying to finish it off a little bit faster. And I am still definitely learning the deck. And you can see I have Spirit Reaper in attack position. Some of you guys are like, oh my gosh, it's so bad. I had another Solemn. And so you can kind of see that there is still that same problem that we have today. So like, even though we complain about, this format being bad, or, the other previous formats were so much better, we still kind of see the same thing happening here. But I got a few more replays. Alright, so if you guys didn't know, Magic Cylinder was actually at 1. Some people did actually tech it in Tele because sometimes you'd pay a lot of life points with Solemn, and 1 Cylinder can just make a game, which I know it's really trolly. But this guy's also playing Necrogarden, which a lot of people like to play. I personally didn't like it. In my opinion, I just didn't like the card. Yeah, I know it's a crush card target, but now, because when I'm playing over here, we're going to be using the new effect of crush card as well, so it's not as good. And you can see I just keep on trying to make Stardust Dragon. And Stardust Dragon is just such a strong card. And Gores, I think, is a really good counter to it. And what's interesting is not a lot of people played Gores in Tele. Caius was a very common card. Caius was one of the most annoying things. So this is a duel where I felt like I played really bad. I was going by what chat said, and they're like, you should play passive aggressive. I'm like, come on guys, help me out here. And they're like, play as aggressive as possible. I'm like, they're like, go balls to the wall. So I did. And I don't think that that's the correct way to approach this deck. I think the best way to approach this deck is wait till you have the cards to DK, because there's so many turnaround cards, and there's so many cards that can just completely turn the game around. And you'll definitely see that as well. But a lot of people will argue also that this is one of the best formats. It's the most skilled format. I still think there are cards where you activate and get huge advantage. So I posted a list of, well, actually, I think someone posted it in the chat when I was streaming, and we were talking, well, we were also like looking at different deck lists at the time, and Goyo Guardian was also a thing, and My Body Shield came in clutch right there. Once again, My Body Shield is just, I really do like it. Yeah, I understand if you pay a bunch of life points with Solemn, maybe you couldn't use it, but for the most part, My Body Shield, I like it because it almost acts as another Solemn, and you can activate it from your hand. The most important thing is, I didn't want to get crush carded. I'm only playing 1 of them, by the way, and at first I was like, I don't really like that card, but you can see that My Body Shield literally just saved me right here, and he's able to get rid of some stuff. The Tomato into Sangan, man, I miss this little guy. He was really good. He just lets you search pretty much whatever you want, and you can see from here, it's game. Because he wind blasted, I believe, Goyo before, and then he tried to torrential it, but we saved Goyo with My Body as a Swag. Too good. Alright, and here's the last replay I want to share with you guys. And we can definitely do this again. I really liked some of these older formats, or formats where people really like. I like this one in particular. But the one card I feel like we shouldn't play, though, is Crush Card. Even though it doesn't have its full effect, it's still, like, way too strong, because what I like with this deck, though, is card advantage matters. And a lot of decks now are just in general in Yu-Gi-Oh, like card advantage means nothing when you top deck Judge Dragon, you top deck some card that gives you like 2 to 3 cards advantage. It's absolutely crazy. So I end up crush carding him. Now remember, guys, crush card doesn't have its actual effect where for 3 turns I get to see what he draws. He just sends cards to the graveyard. I think he maybe had too many darks. You're in Dark Arm, don't want it now. And I was thinking about trying return, but I feel like that might be irrelevant because if you already get out your Dark Arm, which is the main, you can also, I guess, have your stuff banished, like Mally, I guess, and you can lure Darkness and stuff, so maybe we'll try that out. But this is another one of those duels where I feel like I had a card, and it was just so strong. Like right here, he was able to keep himself alive, but, obviously Dark Arm Spring. I don't want him to top deck something. I don't know we could have top deck, because, again, I wasn't really playing this format. So he goes ahead and gets rid of my Dark Arm, so sad. And then from here, I top deck a Breaking Control, so that's an excellent example of what the heck an OP card was back then. Like, I thought this card was super OP, and I remember that I was looking at his life points. I remember this was during the live stream. Like, it's fine, don't worry. Like, you can go all in, and you don't have to worry about anything. I guess Lightning Vortex was also a thing. Was this guy? I think we played against one guy that was running. Okay, it was this guy that was running Dark Hole, which I don't remember it being legal. And a lot of people, I don't see any deck lists that had Dark Hole, but for the most part, I don't think it's really relevant because Lightning Vortex can be just as good. I know you have to go -1, but yeah, I go ahead and attack him for game right here. But anyways, actually, there was another duel that I made Darken. I wasn't sure if Darken was legal. He was playing with Harpy's Feather Duster, which I'm pretty sure was also not legal because people were playing Heavy Storm at that time, and there was no one playing Harpy's Feather Duster. And there's also Cold Wave, but I remember I think Cold Wave got activated during like the Star Germane phase, and at that point you couldn't eat Tele. I guess if you happen to use Plex Spreader, you can still make use of Cold Wave. But Cold Wave, I remember that being another really like considered a really dumb OP card, but very cool to see some of these old retro decks. I actually kind of want to share with my deck profile with you guys, and I would like to get your guys' thoughts on it because, again, I'm new to Teledad, and it is a really fun deck to play. Alright, so here's my profile if you guys wanted to. I actually just changed it up a little bit because I totally forgot about Torrential Tribute. I actually don't know if Emergency Teleport was at 3 or if it was at 2, so if you guys could tell me that, because I think we're going by a 2008 ban list, actually, because I remember everyone was sending me deck lists that were from 2009. It was at a SGC, like in Texas, I believe, and everyone was playing literally the same deck, and there's so many different little variants of it. There's also, like, people really like Breaker and Caius. I don't know, I still like Warrior Lady because it gives you, like, a turn 1 card that, like, things can't get over, and it also just helps you deal with cards that normally would let people stall, or you can stop a Sangan search, and I really just like the interaction Warrior Lady can have in the game. It also is tactically a reinforcement of the army target, and it can deal with Stardust Dragon, because this is kind of a problematic card. I was actually considering playing Exile Force, just so I can make Stardust negate its effect, and I can summon my Dark Arm and start popping stuff. But anyways, here's the deck profile real quick. If anything wasn't legal, let me know. Actually, I think on this list, actually, I didn't want to play Cold Wave anymore because it's until then your next turn you and your opponent can't set or play any spell or trap cards, and from there yeah, you couldn't use E-Tele. But I don't know if E-Tele was at 3 or if it was at 2 or if it was at, well, actually I know it was at least at 2 because there was multiple deck profiles had 2. Some people just played 1 and they were winning with it, which is, yeah, it's crazy. But for the most part, I guess I didn't hit save because I remember I took out the Cold Wave for Kai's because I noticed that yeah, Cold Wave made it so you couldn't use E-Tele, so I was like, nah, screw it, I don't really want it. Anyways, this is deck profile. So double Dark Arms, guys. I remember Japan did this for one format. I really wish they just did this for us, because I think it'd be really cool, because this is the first time in a long, well, not this time, but in a long time we haven't had 3D draws. And I was thinking maybe we can do something cool with, like, the new Masked Hero, because technically Shadow Mist can search out our Malicious anyways, like, even if Shadow still stayed bad. Anyways, we got double Dark Arm, we got 1 copy of Gores. A lot of people don't play Gores. I think it's an excellent card, though. And I know that Gores came out in, I want to say 2000. I know it was a year or 2 before. But I know that Gores was legal then, or unless it was banned. I know Gores came out, I should say. But then there was 1 Caius, 3 Malicious, 1 Stratos. I played one Warrior Lady. A lot of people didn't play this card, but I still think it's kind of an okay card in here. And then we got Diamond Dude. Some people doubled up on the Diamond Dude. Then there's Mystic Tomato, Sangant, Spirit Reaper, 2 Crabons, and then Plague Spreader. Some people opted to play 2 Plague Spreader. Some people played 3 Crabons. For me, I don't really mind drawing Crabons, but I personally just feel like E-Tele is the way to go. And then I really love Sangin in here. Sangin and Tomato. Because Tomato can get you Sangin or Spirit Reaper. And sometimes just getting that extra card advantage is really nice. Because, like I mentioned, I really like this deck because it gave you that... well, majority of the time, when you had card advantage, you were, in a better state. Where... the only card that you didn't want your opponent to really top deck was after you've made a Dark Arm, and then like maybe you made like Dark Arm Stardust and you have a relatively good field, and then they go ahead and break control the Dark Arm, attack over Stardust, and then pop everything else that was on board. And then after that they just because I think Dark Arm just target one card in the field, so you can destroy himself after that. Yeah, so I think other than Brain Control and Crush card, there weren't really that many, just like you open up with the, oh my gosh, you just have such a huge advantage in the game. Like, you don't even need to activate Brain Control late game, you can just activate it early on, because there are no effect failures, there weren't any max C's back in the day, so like pretty much when you had game, unless your opponent had Gores, and Gores was one of, some of you guys maybe came into the game when Gores was at 3, absolutely crazy, if you went back in the day and told them that you've had 3 Gores. They're playing Brain Control, which is really, really OP. 3 Allure of Darkness, which I think is really good. I'm not sure if Return was banned. This card got banned during Dragon Ruler format. It's a return from the different dimension. I didn't see anyone have this in their profile. I thought it was a really good card. Yeah, let me know, guys. Some of you guys that only like playing like the older formats, because I know a lot of you guys said that GOAT format was apparently really good. But there are a lot of really broken cards in that. Not to say that this doesn't have broken cards. I still think this is crazy. But Return from the Different Dimension, I think would be an okay card on this deck because Plague Spreader gets banished, and then these also do get banished technically, and whatever you banish with Dark Arm can be good, and also with Allure of Darkness. So I wouldn't mind playing this card at all. If it was legal, yeah, I definitely want to put it. Let me actually just really quickly add it here. Oh, there we go. Now we get rid of all the cancel marks. But, yeah, Allure of Darkness really good. Heavy Storm is legal. And then we had 2 Rhodas. I'm not sure if Rhoda was at 2 or 3. If it was at 3, I definitely wouldn't mind playing 3. Especially since I'm going to be playing Warrior Lady in mine. Originally, I was thinking about playing Chaos Sorcerer. Chaos Sorcerer, I know it came off the ban list in 2009. But I think this is actually a 2008 ban list that we're losing. Again, let me know. Someone want to give me the ban list during that time. Because I actually looked for it and I couldn't find it. I found one from 2009, but I couldn't find a September 2008 ban list. That's what I was looking for. I'm trying to look for one that's posted on something more credible than like a Pojo forum that had just like no comments, and they're like, I don't know what the ban list is, and then they thought it was this, and then yeah, I just want something that's a little bit more credible. Or if some of you guys know, I'd trust you guys over just someone random on the internet, even though you guys are probably random on the internet. Anyways, on with the stuff. So 3D draw, it's pretty good. Some people also played Fearmonger. Hero. I know that there was 3. Well, the other heroes besides Mally, because you play Mally like for sure. Like that's unarguable. Some people played Dasher. A lot of people played Diamond Dude. Some people played Fearmonger, and there's also Doomlord, but it's kind of like where's Doomlord? Oh, there's also Plasma. I forgot about Plasma, but you had to play Scapegoat for that, right? Destiny Hero, was it Doomlord? Or is it Destiny Hero Dash Doomlord? There we go. Where it's once for you can target one monster your opponent controls and you just banish it. And then you can't conduct your, what is it? You can't attack. You can't declare an attack. I wonder if it's this monster or if it's like I think it means like everything can't attack during the turn you activate this effect and resolve it. And it says the banished monster returns to the opponent's side of the field the same position during your second battle phase after activation. And usually at that point you're going to either get rid of a Stardust or some problematic card, maybe drop a Dark Card, and then pop everything. And then that monster, even though it will come back eventually, you could probably finish off the game before that. That's my assumption at least. But yeah, I think we were talking about New Draw. Monster Reborn, well, we don't really need to talk about that. It's a pretty good card. MST was actually at 1, which is kind of crazy, especially in a format where Royal Oppression was at multiple. If Royal Oppression was at 3, I would play 3. Someone let me know what was Royal Oppression at in 2008 and 2009 because I like this card a lot. I think this card is super, super strong. As long as it's kind of like a Vandy's Emptiness. Old school days. And then 3 Solemn, which basically says no to everything. And then Crush Card Virus. Now, with the new effect of Crush Card Virus, I still think it's good. But the thing that I want to mention in this, which I actually learned from the game, is that when you Crush Card someone in this, you can't really hit anything too good other than Dark Armed. I mean, seeing your opponent's hand, that's fantastic too. But I'm saying, like, once your opponent has, like, made a field, or if they're trying to go for a field, like Destiny Hero Malicious and Crepons, which is the 2 common things that come out right before Stardust Dragon, they get under Crush Card anyways. I just thought it was, like, good to mention. Yeah, Stardust Dragon obviously is going to prevent you from using Crush Card anyways, because it's just going to be like, oh, you're going to destroy me? No. But I don't even know if I would even play the new Crush Card in this deck, because I feel like it's a little bit too slow. I mean, it's kind of one of those cards where I guess it helps you come back. If it has the old effect, then yeah, of course, Crush Card's super, super amazing. But with the new effect, what I don't like with it is that you don't have that huge advantage where for 3 turns your opponent is stunned, and on top of that you have to wait 1 turn for them to do anything. I know it can get rid of a lot of cards in their hand. It gets rid of, like, their strongest cards in the game. A lot of times what you'll get rid of, honestly, is just going to be these. Because turn 1, unless you have to have Crush Card turn 1, majority of the time, like, Stratus is already summoned, he's going to get the card. And there's not too many things to hit, as you guys can see in the main deck from Crush Card. It's just that it hits Dark Armed, and then it hits Caius also, maybe Gores, but a lot of people, like I said, they didn't play Gores anyways, so I didn't have to worry too much about that. Trap Dust Shoot is another really insane card. I think one duel, I didn't even use it throughout the entirety of it. The reason why I don't do it, I learned this from a guy named Cesar Gonzalez. He's a really good player, and he always talked about how with Trap Dust Shoot, yes, in the very beginning you get that advantage that you get to see what your opponent has, which when I played, Trap Dust Shoot was legal. And I didn't play during Darkroom format, but Trap Dust Shoot was a legal card, and I don't know if it was plants or what I played it in, but I played it into everything. This was like one of my favorite cards because it was like turn 1 activate Trap Dust Shoot. Oh my gosh, it's so good. You get to see all the information. And what's much better with this is that good players usually conserve their hand until they go for game, especially in this deck, which is what I've noticed. Is that when they go for a play, like they're gonna de-draw a Mally, then they chain the Tele because they don't want to draw into the Crabons. That's when they're gonna try to make a play, and then you can Trap Dust Shoot because they're trying to make a play. Usually when people try to make a play, it means they're gonna drop a Dark Arm on you. They're gonna make a Stardust Dark Arm. Like that's a really common play, as you guys have seen in this through the replays. Stardust Dark Arm usually means like extra huge advantage, and then if you combo that like a Stardust with an Impression, it is also a huge advantage. But if you can save this, or if your opponent they have a really good hand, the first thing they're going to do if they see one back row is MST or Heavy Storm, and at that point you can get rid of one of these powerful cards that can MST is even, I'd say, a powerful card because it deals with Royal Oppression, and MST was out 1. You only had 1 MST back in that day, but Trap Dust Shoot was something that you could stop your opponent from going off, and I like that game mechanic better. Yes, you are taking a risk because if they just go set, and you're like, okay, well crap, then Trap Dust Shoot's completely useless. Or they summoned Stratos and that was like the only card that they would have. But Trap Dust Shoot, like I said, I like that aspect of waiting, and then when you're, but it's like I said, the way I would use it would be used better against, I would say, better players, where some of the other players would just they'd go all in, and then you'd be like, oh crap, he didn't even use a heavy or something, he just activated a bunch of cards, and then you can't Trap Dust Shoot. Obviously, if they're setting almost everything, then it can become a problem because it might be a dead card, but you can see in that other build it didn't really matter. As far as the extra deck, it was basically Colossus Fire, Thought Ruler. I don't know if Darken was a card people played. I know in a lot of deck profiles that I think all the deck profiles that I saw, they didn't have Darken, so I want to say it wasn't legal, but I knew it came out in 2009, and the deck list that I was looking at was from 2009, so let me know, guys, was Darken actually legal during the Teledev format? Because someone said that it was, and then other people were like, I don't know, and so, yeah, I don't want to play any cards that weren't actually legal at that time. I think Gold Sark was also legal, but that card was also a prize card. It was like one of the Baller cards. I know there's a card called Blood. Memphis. This card was a prize card, and I actually did technically see some play in the game. I know most of you guys probably didn't know this, but this card actually helped someone win. But yeah, for the most part, we haven't had like a prize card as insane as like Crush Card in a long time. But yeah, it was basically Classifier, Thought Ruler, Stardust, Psychic Life Transfer, Black Rose, Goyo. Goyo was at 1, I believe. Gaia, the Force of the Earth, and Magical Android. That was pretty much it. Some people also played, was it Psychic Commander for another target for the emergency teleport. But this is not the actual side deck. It's just cards that I was thinking about playing instead. But what I really want to know, guys, is if you have any suggestions for this deck. And it's a really fun deck. Like I said, we'll definitely, maybe we'll do like a throwback Yu-Gi-Oh! Thursday. And I'll definitely be streaming again. And we can revisit this deck. Because it really is a lot of fun. Like I said, the only cards that I think that would be like the respectable, like, you know how people like remove Jins? I think that removing Crush Card and Brain Control would be the cards that we would remove. This card is also really, really OP too, the Royal Oppression. But, I don't know, we do technically have Cold Wave. There's the one MST. It really makes people save the MST. I don't MST unless I'm going to unless I'm going to be able to go for a game. I don't use my MST because I'm so afraid of this card. It really is harsh to run into. But yeah, that's the deck, guys. What I honestly really want to know, though, as far as what was banned and what was legal at the time, let me know, guys, was Dark End legal at that time? And also, how many emergency teleport could we play? Because I would definitely want to be playing 3 of them. And I'm pretty sure Gore's was at 1. And like I said, I know Chaos Sorcerer was legal in 2009, but I mean, obviously this also gets banished, but I still kind of like having this card here. This card and Breaker, these cards were both at 1. A lot of people were like, oh my gosh, Breaker is the best card. I don't know, I kind of like my Body to Shield better, and Breaker does bait out the Solemn Judgment, but it does use up your normal summon. And I really like Spirit Reaper in the deck. That was also another one of. Another card I wanted to I guess I didn't hit save because I added this card before. New Spatian Granmole, because if someone has already gotten rid of all of their like dark, so they can't like activate the or they can't summon Dark Armed anymore, or you know they won't be able to activate the effect because they have like no darks or something like that. I think Granmole could be a good card to in addition to this. But yeah, I want to know, what was Tele at, guys? What was Royal Oppression at, and was Dark Arm or Dark End legal? Because obviously Dark One was it too, and yeah, so I think that's all I really want to talk about. But yeah, let's do another one of these like retro decks this Thursday on live stream, and I'll definitely get some more gameplay footage for you guys. It's a lot of fun playing with you guys and playing some of these older, you know, like I guess fan favorite well, it's not even an archetype. That's what I like about this. I guess it could be called the heroes, if anything, because it's got more heroes technically. It's got what is it, four Destiny heroes minimum. I would say most of them have 4, maybe 5. You can't Stratos as just a hero. We can call it heroes. But yeah, it's a really cool deck. I just love how it's just a bunch of cards that work well with each other. It's not an archetype, which is cool. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Asian Eyes signing out.